Hello and welcome to our review of the 1/6 scale Ultraman suit. This is coming up from 3.0 in Hong Kong, and this is not to be confused with the earlier version of the 1/6 scale Ultraman that was released. That was the manga version, as you can see here on the left, and the one on the right is the anime version. Definitely in terms of details, they are pretty much similar, but in terms of the color variation, it is a very big difference indeed. This being a Suburaya official licensed product, I expected nothing less than 100% accuracy in terms of detail and also colors that it used for the Ultraman anime suit version. Definitely a very cool looking figure, and I have to say I'm very impressed with the overall detail that has gone into this case. So definitely a big kudos to the team over at 3.0. Now let's talk about articulation and gimmicks. In terms of gimmicks, well, you can actually remove the chest piece to put up a battery and LED lights to light up the timer. But interestingly as well, when you remove the chest piece, you can actually see how the arms articulation is able to move inwards, which you don't usually see in other figures as well. Interestingly as well, the chest armor is actually held on by magnets, so it's actually quite easy to remove and put it back on. So kudos to the 3.0 team for that design choice. In terms of other gimmicks, well, you can also put up the Specium base blades onto the arm. So there's a gimmick here on how you can remove the blades near the elbow to remove the silver parts on the plastics, and you can actually put up the clear transparent blue Specium blades onto both the arms on the right and the left. So there is actually a slot for you to put in the additional LED parts to light up those arms as well. Articulation wise, I think it's okay for a 1/6 scale figure. I'm not expecting 50 to 60 different points of articulation as what we've seen from the 1/8 or 1/10 scale figures from SHF series. So for 1/6 scale, I would say that it's actually quite passable. And finally, let's talk about the finishing. I have to say the finishing is exquisite in this figure. I really like how 3.0 has gone with a very glossy finish on the Ultraman Suit Anime version. So it really is a joy to look at, especially the shiny silver torso and also the shoulder armor pads and the gummy red, or how would I say, the Ferrari red finishing, which is very polished on the armor on the Ultraman anime version. Definitely worth every single penny that I paid for this figure. If you compare the Ultraman Suit 7.3 from Dimension Studio on my left and the Ultraman anime version from 3.0, you could see that the red is a little bit different. I would say that the 3.0 color choice is just slightly a little bit darker, and also the Ultraman Suit 7.3 from Dimension Studio as well has a little bit of a semi-gloss finishing versus the super gloss, very polished finishing from 3.0. So different design choices with different results, and I have to say, between both, I actually quite like both of them, to be very frank. And with both figures comes built with a ABS plastics and also die-cast parts. Both figures are actually also quite heavy. When the moment you hold it in your arms, you can feel it. Wow, these guys actually do have a heft to it. In terms of weight, I would say that the Ultraman Suit 7.3 from the Dimension Studio is just a little bit more heavier, but that's not really a deal breaker, to be very frank. If I have to nitpick on what I don't like about this figure, I have to say that certain parts of the armor, the finishing is not really clear, so you can still see a little bit of nut marks, but then again, those are not really a deal breaker for me. So all in all, I would say I'm very happy with how 3.0 have come up with this finished product of the anime version of Ultraman Suit. And so happy, in fact, I've actually also ordered the Ultraman Ace suit that's coming out from 3.0 as well. So the moment I get that in my hands, I will be sure to share the review with everybody here on my channel. So do let us know if you guys are a big fan of Ultraman, especially this new Ultraman Story Arc on Netflix and also on the manga. To me, I'm really veering more towards the Netflix version of the treatments of the characters, because I do think that, you know, with the additional red color shading and that gummy Ferrari polished red color treatment on the Ultraman, it's definitely the ones that you want to display in your collection. So that's our review from 3.0. This video is not sponsored by 3.0. We actually bought this figure on our own from toypanic. So if you guys want to order this as well, we'll put the links down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave your comments down below.